Showtime. Got you performing like a band. I'm your number one fan. Showtime. Hit me with that backstage passing. You love, you love, you love. Showtime. Let's make it spectacular. Spectacular. Showtime. Baby, it's showtime.
Hard work and dedication, no days off. You gotta go get it, cause they ain't gonna give it to you. We never have our hand out, we had our plan out. We don't ever try to fit in, cause we already stand out. I am your host, Hollywood Mac, and I'm joined by my brother.
Rock the writer, Ty Lamar, whatever you wanna call me, I'm here.
Shawnee Amazing, what up?
Hi.
Sean Deezy.
DJ King Shy, talk to him.
DJ King Shy, I'm here. What's up?
Today we got a special guest. He's a son, a cousin, a friend, a brother, a nephew, born and raised in Buffalo, New York, a well-traveled and accomplished dancer who has been professionally trained in hip-hop, jazz, tap, ballet, lyrical, and contemporary music. He attended Future School of Dance in Hamburg, New York, a USC graduate majoring in dance. He's been in countless music videos with popular recording artists such as Brandy, Chance the Rapper. He's danced in live concerts with Janet Jackson on her Unbreakable tour and Jody Watley's SRL tour. Worked with well-known choreographers such as Jamal Sims, Sean Bankhead, Luther Brown, and Tony Bellissimo. The youngest, most talented, prestigious guests to ever be on a podcast we've had here this far. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Vision Podcast, Jai Robinson.
I appreciate you, man.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Glad to be here.
Got
Thank
it
y'all
out.
for having me,
Yo,
man.
I don't know what's more phenomenal, his resume or you getting through all them words.
You did it, man.
You did it.
Finessing.
Choreography is how you want to say it.
What
Is that what I said?
Nah.
What he say?
You said something else.
Okay, so listen.
But you did a good job.
Cool.
Good job.
You know what I'm saying? But stop pointing out that. I told you that like two episodes ago.
I had to.
Don't.
I had to.
You can talk to me off camera.
All right, cool.
You know what I'm saying? Don't do that no more while we working.
All
We
right.
working. You know what I'm saying? When I do something and it sound good like that, leave it at that.
I'm gonna do it one more time. I'm gonna do it one more time. Sounds like what you're trying to do right now. But you did a good job.
Appreciate it,
man.
man. It's all up.
It's awesome.
All right, so before we get into it, pause. How was your weekend, man?
My weekend was laid back. It was smooth.
Small. You ain't go nowhere. You wasn't with Teddy Riley. You wasn't with
Tevin Campbell.
Who was you with? No, I'm saying with Wretched Effect, Hammer. Who was you with?
Listen, you know, I went to a few comedy shows. I was chill. I was local.
I knew it was gonna be something.
I was local.
Few comedy shows. It could just be one. Few. Fast. You're well traveled. You a hell of a guy, Lamar Maggie. Hell of a guy. Shout, how was your weekend, man?
It was busy. I did Friday night pause. I did
This man had to pause his night.
Listen,
How you gonna pause your night, man?
You had to do that, man.
I had to pause at Hip Hop Bingo. You know what I'm saying? At the Mahogany, man, it was out of control. This is the third time we've done it in the last like 3 months, and I sold out. So it was good.
Okay.
It was good.
6 gigs, 16 gigs, 20
I
gigs?
only had 5, but I got one at night. It's just,
All right.
yeah.
Okay. Sean, how was your weekend?
I went to see Arnez J at Helium.
Was he funny?
How was that?
He wasn't
She
funny.
said, he got scared. Like he walked in the
He
room.
wasn't funny.
Like I like
That's why
him.
we going to see Ari Spears. You going, right?
No, I don't like. I really don't
He
like him.
funnier than Arnez J.
No, I liked Arnez J. I liked the lady who opened up for him. She was really,
What was
really
her name?
funny. I can't remember, but she be
So
on,
you like to open that?
she be on Miss Pat.
You should make notes so
Miss
you can
Pat's
tell us what's
court
going on.
show. But I don't know. I
how
think I
was
had
your
fun
weekend?
though.
Man, I had a beautiful weekend. My younger sister just graduated from college, Niagara University.
Clap that up.
All right,
Clap that up.
Let's go.
My baby sister just had her second birthday.
Okay, clap that
Sesame
up.
Street themed.
Okay.
Clap that up. Clap that up.
Yeah, so I had a beautiful weekend with my family, man.
Word. My weekend was cool, man. It was my birthday. You know what I'm saying?
How old are you?
Don't even worry about all that. Just know I'm.
Men can say they age.
Happy birthday, brother.
You don't want to say your
I don't want to say my age. I'm cool.
Blessings to plenty more.
I'm just, you know what I'm saying? I'm
Continue to live
fly
graciously,
and,
man.
And I'm great. You know what I'm saying? I'm blessed.
All right, so
You're
what
like
did you do for your
47.
birthday is what we ask. What you do?
Why you trying to?
Why you trying to say?
Why you trying me?
You look good for your
I
middle-aged man.
Yo, these digs. Yo, every time you sit next to me, I regret you sitting next to me. I told you I want you on the
can't
floor
sit
this week
over here.
anyway. Yo, go sit by that desk right there. I don't want you over here, man.
No, I have to.
She got her school carpet,
assigned
her school
seats.
rug.
She has just a sign.
Man, I want you to sit Indian style. You got your drink. You know what I'm saying? Go sit down. You got your juicy juice. You got your juicy juice. Come over and sit down.
Yo, not the lace juicy
man.
Word, it's juicy juice. But the weekend was dope, man. I had a good time, man.
That's
You know
what's
what I'm saying?
up,
Did a
man.
lot of shopping. You heard?
Yeah.
Feel me?
You do that anyways.
Yeah. You know, I just did more about what,
How many
what I love
parts?
to do. Huh?
How many parts?
Parts what?
'Cause I mean, a lot of people you be like, yo, shit, this is part 1 of my birthday, part 2, part 3. What
I
part
do
you
the
at?
whole month. I do the whole month.
Okay, so you don't break them up in parts.
Nah, I do the whole month. The whole month is mine.
Okay.
Pause.
Okay. All right.
Thank
He
you.
gonna find a way.
I
So
was
let me just do
on
it.
you. Pause.
All right.
Whoa, you was
paused.
on me?
He
That
did.
one
He
was
did.
rough.
He
I
did.
paused.
I don't even know that's-
So
He did.
That was tough. That was tough. I don't even
I
know.
was on it though. Pause.
Yeah, you. My man, my nigga.
Pause. Put him out your nigga.
All right, so let's get into this. Let's get into this first segment, man.
Let's
I'll
talk.
to you for a
Let's
minute,
get
man.
to it.
So, take me back. You know what I'm saying? Now, you are our youngest guest, so you ain't got that far to go back. But, hop in the DeLorean, take me back to when you first, you know what I'm saying, when you first started your journey, man. Did you, when did you really take a, liking to dancing and all that?
Really, as a baby. Like, there's a VHS tape of me in my playpen. My dad used to make music back in the day. He playing one of his songs, and I'm in there rocking as a baby. Can't even hardly sit up. I'm falling over.
Yeah.
He lifted me back up. Watching Michael Jackson and Chris Brown and Usher.
Yeah.
And I have an older cousin that dances, and my family watching me like, he danced better than a baby can dance. Like, babies just be bouncing.
Right.
I'm moving.
Yeah.
So, like, I was 6 years old. I was at a battle, beating these grown men triple my age, And it was just like, we see something in him. And Michael Jackson was a big influence in my life. And when he passed, I went to a battle, and this white lady came to the battle. And I'm like, who is this white lady coming up to me and my family?
Yeah.
And she offered me a Michael Jackson scholarship to her studio in Hamburg.
That's what's up.
That's dope, man.
to train for
Congratulations.
free. And that's where I began my journey at the Future Dance Center.
That's
in
dope.
Hamburg.
That's awesome.
That's
man.
dope.
That's dope.
Well, I'm pretty sure you do know this, but your dad is one of my close. Like, he's not even a friend. It's like a brother. I got 3 brothers. You know what I'm saying? Mac is one. Yeah, your father is one, man. That's my guy, man. We got a lot of stories, man. He said he wanted to come on the pod one day and chop it up about the history. But I remember when you was small and you was dancing. You used to dance like Juneteenth and things of that nature. I remember all that, man. And it's crazy to see, you know what I'm saying, where you took it to, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm very proud of you, man. You know what I'm
appreciate
saying? It's
that.
dope.
Did you ever think about going to performing arts?
No, there wasn't a lot of schools in Buffalo that really had, no offense to performing arts, but that had the dance programs that I was looking for, and I had amazing training already.
Okay.
I ended up going to Nichols for high school.
Nichols. You
And
didn't go to PA.
they had a dance program.
I'm just
there
saying,
that
he's
was
a
really
dancer.
She only asked you that because she went to PA.
Yeah, that's why I said no offense to PA.
Well, here's my thing.
My
right?
sister went there.
I'm not gonna take nothing away from PA. I'm not gonna take nothing away from.
You know
any
that
other
she got to
school.
slide that in
But my thing is,
every
you worried
pie,
about PA. He's a USC
I wouldn't-
graduate.
I
So
know,
he's
but
beyond PA.
That's beyond. Y'all,
First
y'all,
of all,
y'all
listen,
on his
let's-
level.
You said take it back. I'm not talking about college. I was talking about,
Well, let's take it back to the
how
creativity, to the
how
talent,
he
to the
started.
thought
Thank
process.
you.
Who cares about the school?
I just wanted
Did
to
he
know
go?
if he went to performing arts for dance.
Okay, so listen.
Okay?
Here's my thing.
Amazing dancers come out of performing arts.
And he did not.
He did
So
not.
my
that's
thing is
fine.
this. My thing is this. It already got to be in you to choose a school to be versed into that.
No.
Talentry. Yes.
No,
yes. So
it
my
doesn't.
thing is, if you ain't have nothing to do with music, media, nothing like that, why would you go to performing arts? If you're a writer,
they had good lunch.
No.
How about
If-
that?
Stop it. You wouldn't know they
Nichols
had a
had a
good lunch
buffet.
until you got
All you can
accepted.
eat.
No, because my sisters went there
Okay.
and
All
my
right,
cousin.
I'm gonna wheel this back in because it's too early.
Let's go back. Let's go
it's
back.
too
Let's
early
go
for her
back.
stuff.
Let's go
We
back.
got a whole
Let's go
pod
back.
to deal with
Let's
her.
go
Lamar
back.
started
Let's go.
that.
No,
Sorry.
you started with performing
I
arts.
asked him a
Hell with
legitimate
performing
question
arts,
because
okay?
he's a dancer.
Listen. He just have art. He's creative. He's a dancer.
And performing arts is an art school.
Let the school go.
Not McKinley.
Schools came and looked for him. He didn't even have to
Right.
get that from school. He already had it
feel
before
me?
he got to the school.
Shut up, Bennett.
Come on. She bad.
She big. We're probably saying you big mad. You big mad. Nah, but how was home life? Was your parents? So I know your dad was always super proud of you, man. He would always big you up. Your mom was super supportive of your dancing and all that.
Of course, yeah. I mean, you know, my parents wasn't together, so
Right.
you know, I lived with my mom, so she was the one mostly taking me. But my dad was always supportive. He got me here right now.
Yeah,
The
for
podcast,
sure.
Shout out to him.
Yeah.
Red, what
Yeah.
up?
Just, you know, growing up in a single parent household on both sides, you know, it was rough. And I was in spaces with predominantly white folks, rich folks, you know, private school. I'm in Hamburg, you know, kids telling me, oh, I'm going to this island for summer vacation. I'm like, I'm about to go see my grandma downstairs. Like, wow. I'm not going nowhere. So that was a little rough, but I had to overcome that because my mom put me in a lot of diverse spaces. Like I was in the enrichment program, Buffalo Prep. You know, with a lot of kids, they were putting us in classes above our age, and I got to see people from different backgrounds that had it worse than me. I got to see black people that had it better than me, which is good for me to see. So growing up, I was like, you know what, I might not have it all, but I'm doing the best I can, and I'm able to be in these amazing spaces that the people next door to me don't get to see.
Dope.
That's awesome, man.
Dope. So when, so for you, when did it really like all come together that you was like, you know, this is definitely, because before I go there, this is the Vision Podcast. So we like to say everything starts with a vision. So did you vision yourself where you are right now? Did you already see it like in high school or grammar school? When did you see the vision?
I got two answers to that. It's kind of crazy. I was just talking about this last night. I feel like growing up, I didn't have the opportunity to really look towards the future too much. I was always worried about right now or tomorrow. You know, how am I going to get to tomorrow? How am I going to, you know, figure out, now that I'm an adult, I'm still figuring that out. Like, I'm going to pay rent this month. You know, stuff like that. Still thinking about that. So it was hard for me to vision the future, have a vision for the future. But I always knew that I wanted to dance.
Yeah.
That's something that I've always been told and known that I'm blessed to know what I want to do since I was young. I didn't know at the time when I was young that I could do dance as a profession, but as soon as I got to that studio and I found out that I could do this profession, I could make money off this, I was gonna make it work. I was gonna get to LA no matter what.
Yeah.
That's dope, man.
Did you get there by way of USC? Like, how was the audition process for USC?
Yeah,
Like for dance?
I didn't want to go to college. I didn't want to go to high school. I tried to drop out at 16.
Why?
I had a friend, his name Nelson. He dropped out of high school at 16, moved to LA, started like a magazine or a clothing company or something. I said, Ma, Nelson dropped out, moved to LA. I don't want to drop out, move to LA.
What up, Nelson?
She said, I'm not Nelson, Mom. If you drop out, you're going to be homeless. You can't stay here if you're not in school. So I stayed in high school, didn't want to go to college either. My mom said, the only way I'm allowing you to move all the way across the country if you're going for school. So I applied to 5 schools, USC being one of them. I didn't even know USC was like a big deal or anything like that. I got in, they gave me the most money. I said, okay, I'm going to go there.
Shout out to your mom.
Yeah.
Smart.
She, you know, she's very big on education. Both of my parents are, but my mom just, you know, she's still in school, like, still, you know, teaching in theirs and just really adamant about that. And but I applied online. I got into USC academically first, so not just off of dance. I got it academically first. Yeah, and then once you apply online, they invite you to come in person. We had to take classes. We took a ballet class. We took a modern class. We took a hip hop class, and then you do a one-on-one interview, and you have to do a solo. And then after the solo, they interview. So I'm out of breath, answering questions, breathing all heavy. But yeah, it was great. It was my first time visiting LA too.
That's dope.
Nice.
One take, Jai. So you went there, you got interviewed, you did the dance, and you got in.
Got in. No wait list, no nothing.
That's dope, man. That's a blessing. That's
So
favor.
What was your college experience like?
I got a lot of ups and downs for college. My freshman year was amazing. I lived on an all-black floor. It's called Somerville on Florida Tower, and I knocked it down now. But yeah, I stayed in there. I had a beautiful experience. Had a lot of black people around me. Like I said, just like I was younger, I got to see more black wealth, which was beautiful. It took me, I was becoming an adult, becoming my own person, and figuring out stuff growing up. Getting to see people like, oh, you grew up in a 2-parent household and y'all got money and your parents still together. I'm like, okay, I like that. I see how that works. That was just beautiful. And then dance, I told you I didn't want to go to college. I didn't want to drop out of high school. So having that responsibility of when you wake up in the morning, your parents can't tell you to get dressed and go to school.
Right.
You got to go. And if you don't go, you just don't. I struggle with that a lot. I struggle with that a lot, trying to drink, party, girls, and all that stuff like that. So I'm trying to get that handled, and COVID hit. I had to go back home. My spring break freshman year, Then come back to my junior year.
Wow.
And home was a little rough. Was dealing with some family issues. So, and then I live on Goulden.
Right.
My house not that big to be doing jumps and leaps and turns in the living room or my bedroom. So the Wi-Fi not working. I'm like, fuck school. I'm sick of this. I don't want to do this.
Right.
And then I'm hearing the other people at home, and they complaining, but you're not going through what I'm going through. I used to say, like, I'm going through real life shit. Y'all just complaining.
Right.
So I was overschooled, and we came back our junior year. Felt the same way. I was glad to be back, but I'm like, y'all didn't know what I just went through. So I don't really care to be here. And then I had some other stuff going on that was similar to my home stuff out in LA that triggered me. And I was like, I really don't really give a fuck about the school shit right now. Like,
You just done.
it's real. I got real life stuff going on,
Right.
and y'all worried about coming to class,
It's different.
not talking about nothing. So
Right.
that was a struggle for me. I ended up pledging. I'm a noob, BQ Spring 22. So that really helped me, just connect with something outside of dance in college. Get out of that building, see other black people. That was beautiful. That was beautiful. So I just, a lot of ups and downs with college. I ended up pulling it together my last couple years.
That's what's up.
That's a blessing, man.
Just get out of there.
Yes, sir.
Do what you came to do and get out of there.
Right.
I had to pull myself out of certain areas, and look at the bigger picture. It was a bigger university than that just one building I
Yeah.
was going into.
Absolutely.
And everybody's going through stuff.
right.
Everybody's going through real life shit. Just
Yeah,
because
talk about it.
I was down in the dumps or feeling rough to me, other people weren't. I just realized that, and get through it.
Yeah.
So as far as dance go, are you when you were first of all, describe your style. Like, what is your style for people who don't know?
Yeah, growing up, mostly hip hop until I started training in other styles, and I like to fuse stuff. So I might be doing some hip hop stuff, and you might see a ballet move in there or a little jazz or something like that. And it's funny enough, USC, they try to make hybrid dancers, which is the same thing that I was already doing, like
Fuse
just
all
fusing
together.
the style. So
For sure.
yeah, if you ever seen any other styles of dance, just put them all together. I do everything. I do everything.
Now, explain to people because when people hear dancer, they think exotic or they think line dancer. But as in dance, there's different techniques, there's different timings. Explain to people of a dance timing and just a regular party step, two-step timing. They're completely different.
First of all, I do exotic dance. If anybody needs a certain
Talk about it, man.
Pause.
But yeah, I mean, most dance, like the actual counting in the rhythm.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's in eights for the most part. Once you get in the tap, you get into different polyrhythms.
True.
And also do body percussion and tap. So I don't even know how to count some of that stuff. And a lot of times dancing, not even counting, it's sound effects.
That's
Boom,
all it is.
gigi got, TT crack. Like it's not even counting half the time. But you do a two-step, you just 1, 2, 1, 2. But when I'm dancing, boom, CT crack, hey, TT sing. Like it's sound effects. It's not even really counts all the time.
Yeah.
That's dope.
That's dope.
That's all it is.
Giving y'all some education out there for you
for real.
non-dancing,
For real.
non-rhythmatic niggas out there. You know what I'm saying? See what y'all get at the Vision Podcast? Man, we giving them too much, man.
It's boom,
And this,
boom.
listen, real quick,
Boom, boom,
and a lot of y'all ain't
It
even
is.
subscribed yet, and y'all getting this information, man. Press the subscribe button, man.
Talk about it.
Yeah.
That's the sound it makes.
So, so was that like your most challenging part of being away? Was that moment you was just talking about a minute ago? Was that your biggest challenge?
That was definitely one of the biggest ones. Another one was just being away from family.
Yeah.
Really close to my family, very family oriented.
Yeah.
So I remember the first 2 weeks of my freshman year, I'm thinking, this feel like summer camp. Like, all right, I'm out of town hanging with my friends, and I had a co-ed dorm too, so I'm wilding. And I'm like, so I'm like, okay, I'm
So
having
did
fun.
I.
I'll go home.
Terrible.
Like,
When you
2
say
weeks.
wildin', what kind of wildin'?
Come on.
Young and free.
Like playing
Pimping and party. I'll leave it at that.
Plead the fifth.
You know what it is, buddy.
But yeah, I just, I started to miss home. Like, I got real homesick.
Yeah.
Just missing my family a lot. And then, you know, I didn't have access to some of my family members my freshman year, so that was a little rough as well. So that was my biggest thing. So that's why when I come home, I try to make sure I see as many people as I can, do as much as I can.
Yeah.
Because I don't get to come home often.
Yeah.
It's awesome.
Now, you out there in Cali, so that is big Krump area.
Yeah.
Did you ever get involved in Krump out there?
Yeah, man. Shout out my boy Rook, man. R.I.P. Jimmy Hawkins, man. He really, him and Xavier Flywalker, my cousin, man, they really introduced me to Krump when I was younger. I was big into Krump when I was young.
Yeah.
I still Krump every now and again, but like I said, I really fuse a lot now. So you'll definitely see a lot of Krump influence, especially when I said I was going through that stuff during COVID.
Sure.
When I came back to school, my style was a lot different because I was getting back to my Krumping roots.
Right.
And you know, them kids at the school like, what is he doing? You know. But yeah, Krump was a big influence, especially Rook was a big influence. I was always in awe of him, watching him dance. He had a big impact on the dance community in Buffalo and outside of Buffalo. Like, yeah,
That's what it is.
Yeah, man, I want to talk to you about Rook off camera, man.
Yeah.
Rook introduced me to a lot of people, and he was very talented. And you know, when I heard what happened to him, that I was puzzled. You know what I mean, but what's going on over there? You all right? You okay?
He wants to go out this pod. The guy knows everybody.
Yeah, oh yeah.
He's going to say you know what I'm saying? He
So he walk with
taught
Jesus.
Stevie Wonder how to play the keys. You know what I'm saying? He was with
Mariah how to
Timberland when
hit
he got
that
his
note,
first beat machine. He
whistle.
gonna tell you all kinds of stuff. This guy's amazing.
All right, so
Hell of a
listen,
guy.
being that you said that,
No,
right?
I believe you. I
that's
believe
fine.
you.
That's
Like, no, I
fine.
got to.
Listen, I don't got nothing to prove to nobody.
I know you don't.
But you can't hate what happens.
Hey,
Mac attack.
Mic drop.
Yo, he thought that was a mic drop. That wasn't a mic drop.
I was like,
Incorrect.
take the camera out, bro.
Get this nigga out. Pack. Yo, keep it up. Cease and desist
Pause.
is coming, man.
It's coming?
It's coming, man.
Okay.
Hey, keep it up.
All right.
Pause.
All right,
I got a question. So who did you look up to, like dancers that you look up to? I know you said you had a family member or something like that.
Actually, that's one of my biggest influence in dance is my cousin Xavier. When I was younger, I want to dance like Xavier. I used to say that all the time, and he actually went to the studio I ended up going to before me. He was battling before me. Like, he really paved the way for me in dance. Like, he's still is one of my biggest influences.
Does he still dance?
Not professionally anymore. He's into fashion, into art, into things like that. He's in college right now. But he's one of the best dancers I've ever seen. Like,
Sweet.
one of my biggest influences.
That's dope,
today.
man.
It was one of the hardest routines you had to learn. I know you said you work with a lot of choreographers. What was like?
One of the hardest, to be honest with you, the hardest routines happened when I was younger.
So older. Like,
Yeah, you get older and it's crazy. You train so hard, and a lot of the times you go do a commercial and you do this the whole time. And that's it. Like, so the hardest routines I had to learn were probably when I was younger. I was learning like Rhythm Nation from Anthony Thomas, one of the original choreographers. Like, that was hard.
sure.
All that intricacies and stuff that
sure.
Janet was doing, that stuff was hard. The competition dances that I was learning, all them turns and jumps and leaps, and even in college, but that stuff, it still happens in your career, but it's not as frequent. You got to go train to get that stuff. But that stuff, a lot of that stuff happened when I was younger.
For sure.
Still looking for it though, for sure.
So I know for me, doing a lot of work out in LA, I know when I first went out there, it was like kind of like a culture shock. I was like, but it's so amazing though. That's my favorite city. So how was it when you first went out to LA? How did you feel when you first embraced the city and got to get into the culture of LA and all that?
Like, yeah, get to the culture. I had to get to the culture because I was, my freshman year, I was stuck in what we call the USC bubble. I wasn't really going past certain streets.
Yeah.
And then, everybody's saying it get dangerous around certain streets, so
Word.
don't go past certain streets.
Right.
But once I start saying fuck school, then I shipped my car out there. So then I started exploring, and it was beautiful just to, see the black culture out there. And it's a difference between what they call the implants. Like, I'm an implant, like somebody that's from somewhere else that came to LA.
Right.
Yeah.
But seeing those people settle there, have their own culture, but then the people that's from LA, they got a whole different, they talk different, they dress different. They,
sure.
It's a whole different swag over there. But it's still dope because we all still black, we all still connect, we all still party, we have a great time. It is a little bougie over there sometimes, depending on where you go, which, I don't. I
stayed in North Hollywood.
I'm in the Valley, so I'm a few minutes away from North Hollywood.
Yeah.
But I like real people. Like, let's be honest with each other. Let's be real. If we're gonna be cool, let's be cool. You get a lot of bougie and fake sometimes. You got to be careful.
That's everywhere.
That's everywhere. But Hollywood,
It's another level.
Their heads blown up.
So to this day right now, what has
You got me. You got me.
you got you? He gonna catch you.
It's not a pause.
So to this day, what's been your biggest gig, your biggest accomplishment so far?
I have to always mention when I was 14 and I did the stop with Janet Jackson. Okay. Now I think at this age I probably wouldn't have taken the gig the way I did it. We took a class and then the choreographer came in and was like, surprise, this is an audition. And we didn't even get paid for that gig. Like now I wouldn't do that. You're gonna pay me for my talents and my performances. But I was 14.
Absolutely.
So and to get the chance to dance with Janet Jackson, I'll always be proud of myself for doing that at 14. I was one of the youngest people on that stage.
That's dope.
But I think I just recently did The Lion King at the Hollywood Bowl, the 30th anniversary.
Nice.
It's on Disney Plus right now.
That's dope.
That's one of my favorite projects. We worked together for a while. I got really close with the cast. We got to work with the Broadway cast of Lion King. Like
That's what's up.
it was just such a beautiful event.
Yeah, it's fire.
And everybody loves The Lion King, no matter how old or young you
That's
are.
true.
So
I'm singing all the songs.
yeah, for real.
Shit like that.
Like,
Come on. What a wonderful.
But no, that's one of my biggest
pause.
sins.
Do you know Draco, the dancer?
Yes, I do.
We went to college together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Morrisboro.
Cool.
Oh, sorry.
So
Mac can know people. She can't know people.
No, I'm saying
I will say
Mac
this.
moment.
Draco's an awesome
Where
dancer.
you
too.
are now
believe
in your career, you don't have to, do no work for free. But like, grooming your resume is it's okay
Pause.
to take things to for free or whatever because you're building your resume.
Slipping.
And then you never know what door is gonna open because of that. You know what I'm saying? But now because that's on your resume and you built that, you don't have to do nothing for free. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and it's not that I don't do things for free, but just most times, especially graduated from college, people tell you don't do nothing for less than $50.
Right.
Like you graduated from college, like it's that, and then just having the experience that I do, like you said, having the experience that I do have, knowing my worth. Also, dancers are always grossly underpaid.
Right.
Yeah.
I know people like that sell merch at a concert sometimes get paid more than a dance, like stupid stuff like that. So you just have to know your worth and you got to stand your ground because this is my livelihood. Some people look at dancing, that's a hobby or you doing that for fun or TikToks and stuff. No, this is how I eat. This is how I pay my
Absolutely.
rent. So I can't give you my services for free all the time, or not even all the time. Sometimes I just can't even.
No, from where you are right now,
Yeah.
nothing is free.
No.
You already built your resume. I'm saying you
now.
thinking back
Oh,
when you
yeah,
was
I'm thinking
14
back,
and you
yeah,
said what you know now, you wouldn't have took that gig. No, you would have took that gig because that built your resume.
Oh no, I was saying I wouldn't take it. If
No,
they
no, no,
offered
no.
Now, yeah,
No, no,
but of
not
course,
right now.
that's why I said it's one of my proudest moments.
Oh,
because
yeah.
I'm 14. I don't got nothing on my resume, but maybe a little
Janet everywhere I go.
And that's
Buffalo
dope.
performance that I did. But and those are on my resume. Not to knock those. Those are on my resume for a long time. But
Now, how did you get that
right
gig?
now. The Janet one?
Yes.
Yeah, so we were, she was in Toronto, and my studio that I went to, I was friends with the choreographer. We went up to Toronto to take a class from the people on the tour, the dancers on the tour. And we just learned in a combo, and like I said, the choreographer, Gil, came in. He was like, this is an audition, actually, to see if we're going to bring some of you dancers into the show.
That's dope.
And everybody was like, oh, shit. So
Right.
we doing a number or whatever, and he just started making cuts like, can you please stay? Can you please stay? Can you not? And I was one of the people that was able to stay.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. We had that class was basically rehearsal. Then the next morning was rehearsal on the stage. That night was the show.
Nice.
So literally, quick turnaround. Like had to learn everything super fast. Wasn't nothing crazy.
Right.
But yeah, it was
So-
everything happened real fast.
Where did the Chance the Rapper and Brandy performance, where did that come in at, and how did you get that?
That was actually, that's a story. I was in college my freshman year. Jakevis Thompson was, I think he was choreographing or co-choreographing on the job. He was a couple years older than me in college. So he had the opportunity to do this piece, choreograph this music video. And they kept going back and forth if they wanted boys in the video or not. It was Brandy featuring Chance the Rapper, Baby Mama.
Okay.
And so they were just trying to figure out if they wanted to have men in the video or not. So we would come to rehearsal. Sometimes they would use us, sometimes they wouldn't. And then when it was time to shoot, they used us for some stuff, but we ended up finding out that they had a main set of dancers, and we were kind of like backup dancers.
Wow.
So those main dancers were also getting paid more than us. And I don't remember how much it was, like 100, 250, but it was very low for what we were.
Per day.
Yeah, but for what we were expected to be doing.
Correct.
So we were doing that, and then I saw another group of guys that was freestyling and stuff like that, and I was like, talk to Jakeevis, I'm like, can I hop in there, like, so I can get a solo, you know, because I was just in an ensemble with the, you know,
right.
the rest of the cast, but I wanted to be an elite. I want to be a lead. So
right.
he said, oh yeah, come look at my friend, like, can y'all watch him dance real quick and see? And I freestyle. They put me in the section with the guys right in the front. Then I think Chance had something, and he came like super late, and we couldn't film the rest of the video, so we had to push to the next day.
Right.
And I'm like, okay, that's cool. We can come back next day. We'll get paid again. They weren't gonna pay us for the next day.
Wow.
And then in between that day and the next day, I signed with my agency. And when you're with an agent, you can't just go do jobs. They have to go through your agency. They have to check your contract, make sure you're getting paid enough.
Nice.
And I had just signed with them, so I didn't know if I should tell them about it yet or whatever. But then when I told they didn't want to pay us at all, I said, I don't even want to go. Like, I don't even want to go for what I just did to not get paid the next day. So I didn't come back the next day. So you're going to see me in a few clips in that music video, but I'm not even in it as much as I'm supposed to be.
Oh, okay.
Going back to what we said, I can't do stuff for free.
That's
a
fact.
That's dope.
Especially if I'm Brandon Chance rapper, I know y'all got the money to pay dancers. You know,
the funny thing is, man, you know, a lot of these artists, you know, they well paid, and they be trying to do business with people, and they try to get locals, or they try to get people who's not already a part of the situation, and then they try to pay you pennies or not try to pay you at all. Be like, oh man, you know, I got it, or I'll take care of you or whatever, thinking that, you know what I'm saying, you like, oh, you so excited just to work with them. Like, this is what I do. Take care of me like you want to be taken care of for the job that you're doing. You know what I mean? So, you know, it's messed up, but
That's
how stand on business, man.
That's how most artists get jerked in their contracts. You know what I'm saying? Because they try to find young, ignorant, just hungry, thirsty,
green.
We was all in college. I was a freshman.
Yeah.
Just got out there.
Yeah,
that's going forward. Pause. I get it.
Yeah. this guy here, man.
So when you like, how does I never knew how like people in like music or like dancers got paid. Like, how do you know to take a job? Do you ask how much it's paying like before you audition? Like, how does that work?
So now that I have an agent, they'll usually negotiate the contracts.
Okay.
For how much we get paid. And there's also something called Dancers Alliance. There's a union and then there's an alliance. The unions are like contracts and laws for if I'm in the union, you have to pay me this amount, or you can't go under this amount. An alliance is just like, you know, we talk with, you know, different companies and things like that, and we try to give rates that, you know, this is, you know, the most humane for you to be paying and things like that, but they don't have to pay that.
Yeah.
So the agent will send you an audition or a job or something like that, and it'll tell you how much it's paying, or they'll say we're still negotiating or figuring out. But depending on what it says in that email, you can decide if you want to go audition.
Okay.
So you heard that, Mac, because you was asking him a lot of money questions, almost like, you know, you was trying to come in and be the agent. So I'm saying he has the representation already, just in case. I saw your mind, you know. I saw you over there, you know, trying to put two and two together.
You finished?
I'm just saying.
You finished?
You know.
I just wanted to make sure he was being properly represented.
Yeah.
Represented. You know what I'm saying?
Because if he wasn't,
Mac had it.
Listen, I was even gonna.
You was gonna introduce him to somebody, you know?
Roll back the contracts that kind of like messed him over.
roll back. How was that? Roll back.
Is that cool?
Roll back.
Semi-pause.
Robuscus.
Listen, he didn't pause. That's why I chose my words wisely. Listen, stop trying to look for stuff. You see what I'm saying? If you don't hear DJ King pause, we good.
DJ King
We
pause.
good, man.
All right,
But you know, he's in a good situation.
Yeah,
So, you know, wide open
good.
entertainment ain't got to, you know, come through
That's a pause.
and
I was trying to
Shameless
say it.
plug. White Open Entertainment. Shameless plug.
Wise individuals doing everything ain't
got
have
to
to
change
come
your name.
take
There you
over.
go.
You
Now,
know
I
what I'm
already
saying?
talked to him. Like, he told me. When you told me, I said, "What is it called?"
Wise individuals
said,
doing
man,
everything
pause, bro.
ain't got to come.
Doing everything.
Doing everything.
Doing everything.
Doing it.
Yo, I hate that name now.
Everything.
Why?
I hate that name now. Doing everything.
Listen. Let me tell you something,
What's
man.
up?
When we talk about doing everything, we talking about business. We talking about, encouragement. We talking about, finances. We talking about building. We talking about
All right, back to
branding.
job.
We talking about marketing.
He'll go on a whole nother
that.
soliloquy for an hour, man.
Who?
Wide open attitude.
Soliloquy.
Pause.
Oh, okay.
He
Break
said
that
it
down?
right. He said
Yeah, I said it right.
No. I got you. Break it down.
I don't need to break it down.
All right,
You do them all day.
I look it up.
all
You
day.
do 'em
Your
all-
rants,
pause.
the
all
runovers.
day.
I had to
Crazy.
stop you from a soliloquy. You were about to soliloquize.
Soliloquy. That's another one.
That's fine. You know what? I'm going to let that mucanize, and I'm going to figure it out later.
Okay, I see y'all.
Word. All right. Yeah. So before we get into this, to the next segment, y'all got some last questions because we got to go into the next segment.
What are you? What's coming up for you? What's next for you?
Right
I
now,
can say coming up.
She can say anything.
I can say anything. And I will. And I will.
What's coming up? Come on.
That's right. Go in and do with it what you want to do.
What them hands?
That's
When is it coming?
what's coming up? What's coming up in the future for you?
Definitely gonna
What projects you working on? What's coming up?
That's
Hush.
a lot better.
Hush.
No, you can ask that. Go ahead.
What's coming up next?
with my most consistent work, I teach at a dance studio. I teach tap, jazz, and hip hop at Carousel Dance.
That's what's up.
Our recital is
nice.
coming up next weekend, so
Okay.
I've been
Okay.
working with the kids on that.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. I also travel with a dance convention. Go around the states on the weekends, and the kids, they bring their numbers, they compete them, give them awards, and then they take classes for the rest of the weekend from choreographers and teachers and things like that. And I've been assisting and teaching on that. And then recently, one of my frat brothers, he's creating a musical to put on Broadway, and I just choreographed on that musical. It's called
That's
Mutts,
dope,
about
man.
a three-legged dog.
Congratulations, man.
Thank you. It's going into the Fringe Musical Festival in L.A.
That's dope, bro.
in June. So
That's
I'm
what I'm
trying to get
talking
that to Broadway.
Come on, man.
You should be a
Proud of
guest
you, man.
instructor at my friend's dance studio here. I'll talk to you after.
So
do it.
my last question would be, when it's all said and done, and you know what I'm saying, and you did everything that you set out to accomplish, pause.
Thank you.
This guy, man. What do you want it to be? What do you know what I'm saying? What people.
Yeah, I've pretty much had the same end goal since I was young.
Okay.
Is to open up a dance studio
Okay.
for the inner city youth.
Yeah.
Because everybody is not gonna have family members that sacrifice what my family members sacrificed for me to get to Hamburg every day
Right.
from 4 to 10 p.m.
Right.
So I want to make something where kids growing up like me can come. And
Nice.
pause. That was crazy.
Right.
And,
See, I was just staring. I was like, good catch.
and they can, they can explore their talents. It doesn't have to be dance, because I do more than dance. I play the piano. I make music sometimes. I act. I model. So I want, kids to be able to explore everything that they want to do within the arts. So
What's up, man?
that's my end goal.
Now, will you do this in Cali?
I actually haven't figured that out yet.
Okay.
Because I love Buffalo so much, I don't want to move back. But I don't see myself staying in LA forever.
Okay.
So I've been traveling a lot, traveling the states. I'm trying to travel out the country a lot more, and I'm trying to find where I'm gonna be settled at.
Now, this kids group you have, how far do you guys travel within the region? Is it from Cali to around there? Or?
Yeah. So the dance convention, our office is in California, but we travel to all the states.
Okay.
So every weekend, Thursday through Sunday, sometimes Wednesday through Sunday, I'm on a plane going somewhere else.
Nice.
Cool.
One last question. How did you guys get to the Jennifer Hudson show?
Jennifer Hudson show, like I said, I joined a fraternity. I'm a Noop. I have a friend. She was also in a musical theater program, and she's a Delta. and she was just working on this majorette group that she wanted to start. And I remember hitting her up one day like, "Are you gonna need a choreographer?" Mind you, I don't know much about majorette at the time.
Right.
My sister did some majorette. I judged a majorette dance competition one time, but I was like, I just want to get involved. She was cute.
Right.
But also, I just wanted to get involved with
Did a
dance.
favor.
Yeah. So I hit her up like, "You need a choreographer." I started doing my research. We got in the studio and we put some pieces together and we're like, okay, we'll use this as an audition combo. We stuck together and then we didn't really expect it to blow up the way it did, but we didn't even rent out. We sectioned off some of the student section at a game, at a USC football game. And, they did the little stands that I taught them with my limited knowledge.
Right.
But it was going crazy. They was getting on the big screens and, it was blowing up on social media. And then we got invited to do the Jennifer Hudson show.
That's dope.
The majorettes be getting it.
Chill, man.
Y'all don't know what majorette dancing is.
No, I know you want to get into your segment, but that was a powerful question. I heard you whisper.
No, I'm saying it was a powerful 3 questions. I said everybody get your last questions together. You had 3.
Let him talk. He don't talk often, but when he let him cook.
There is no
that's
limitations.
a nice Vision podcast mug you got there.
Listen, shout out to Shawnee Amazing for
Rolanda made them for us. She's amazing.
Yeah, I ain't bust my
tell
yet.
her. We didn't know that. Tell her. Go ahead and say it. Give her a shout out.
I gotta give her a shout out, Rolanda, my good sis. She makes all my stuff for me.
Hey, Matt,
Rolanda,
what's
shout
in,
out.
what's in
Shout
your
out.
mug?
Excuse me?
What's in your mug, Matt?
Man, ginger ale.
Ginger ale?
So what segment we getting into? You know what I'm saying? Let's focus on that. You always
I
focus
just
on the
wanna
wrong
know
thing.
what was in your mug.
Don't worry about that.
Come on, pause. Bruh, what happened?
What I say?
What did you just said to him?
What's
I
in
said
the
what was in
mug?
your mug?
I thought you said his mouth. My bad.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. You wild.
Pause.
Too much.
Oh yeah.
Mug
Yeah.
and that's even.
Mug, that's a mug, nigga. What you want me to say?
I mean, that's,
All right.
that's nervous.
So listen, you know,
It's actually a proper name
all right,
for it.
as
What
we
is it?
all know,
Tumblr.
I'm about to.
Say that again.
Tumblr.
As we all know, Diddy case been going on, and I ain't going. I'm not talking about Diddy today, but I'm going to talk about Cassie today. And what I'm going to talk about is, I don't like how the women out here are bashing her. Out here was this funny face Muppet face chick that was on line. Just talking about how Cassie, ain't no victim and blah blah blah. And I'm like, look at you. You wouldn't even be invited to a scare off at a Halloween freak off. You know what I mean? Hideous. But she going viral. She's saying, Cassie ain't no victim and she shouldn't be complaining. She should have just left. But then I sit here, I'm like, listen, you look like you probably date a nigga that work at Wendy's. He probably on fries. He probably make $120 a week. He probably beating you. And you ain't going to leave him. He live with you. He probably going upside your head every time the Lakers lose. Every time LeBron score under 19 to 20, he just go upside your head for no reason. You're not leaving him. But then you want Cassie to leave. You want Cassie to leave a billionaire that's taking her to Milan, that's private jetting it, that's buying the Birkins. Like, we don't know how bad Cassie's life was before she got with Diddy.
That's true.
Maybe taking a couple left hooks and some PP wasn't that bad for her. You know what I'm saying?
Doing that.
Maybe it wasn't that. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it wasn't that.
First of all, I don't like that.
But she had a gentleman though.
I don't like that.
You don't like what?
I don't like what you just said.
What? Go ahead.
No,
say
but she
it.
had a
I
gentleman.
don't like that you made light of that.
I'm not making light of it. I'm
I
saying.
said I don't like it.
I'm
Okay, and
but I'm
I
saying,
said I don't
what
like
if
it.
What if it was worse?
No,
What
I
if she
said
came for worse?
I don't like it because
we go.
domestic violence comes in different
Forms,
phases
really
and
do.
everything. So leaving sometimes
It's a tourist, though.
is the most hardest decision that they have to make.
Sometimes leaving is more dangerous
Yes.
than
Staying.
staying.
So I don't care how much money he had. I don't care. He had her mind.
I get that, Shawnee.
Hey, 2 things could be true at once. That money was probably good still.
That money probably
No,
was
probably.
good.
No, it
And
was.
this
Because
one
I'm
Diddy
gonna tell you
was
why the
Diddy,
money
bro.
was
And she
good.
wanted to make
Like,
it. And I know she
pause.
wanted to make it real bad. And she want, sometimes people do what they have to do, as they say, sleep their way to the top, whatever the case
For
may
one
be.
hit song. But okay.
But she was really in a situation.
She was though.
Regardless if she liked it or not, she got caught up in some ish.
Like Shy said last week, it was a dope. What did he say? He said, yeah, she probably started off not wanting none of it, right? But then realizing, okay, you can say whatever you want, Shawnee.
I am.
Of course. But at the end of the day, if you take Sabrina from, let's just say, Killhofer, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. Doors falling off the hinges or whatever, you know, horrible situation, family life horrible, ceiling leaking, horrible conditions, right? But she can sing her face off. She's super dope. You know what I mean? She has the opportunity to get in this lane over here, and she looked back at that house on Killhofer and she looked at this situation, like you said a couple pods ago, like, yo, people just want to make it. People just don't want to look back.
They don't.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is we don't know Cassie's. What I was trying to say, we don't know her conditions that she came out of.
She was with Ryan Leslie before that.
Come on, I was about to say that. Pisces?
I know she was with Ryan, but
And she cheated on him with Diddy.
Yeah.
So it sounds like she wants to elevate.
She just didn't know what she was getting into.
Right.
She was 19 years old.
But I also say this though, there's a such thing as being turned out. You agree?
Okay, so why you say that? Let me ask you this. So it was said that
I wasn't finished, but go ahead.
No, but right where you at?
Okay.
Go ahead.
No, go ahead, finish.
Right.
No, you interrupted me already. Just go ahead. Go
Your
shoot for the
feelings be
moment.
so hurt.
Shoot
Go
for the
ahead.
moment.
Go ahead,
So when
Sugar.
you said
Shoot for the
that,
moment. Go ahead, shoot.
when you said that she was turned out,
Your gun is out. Shoot. Go ahead. Go ahead. Pause.
so it was said that she said during the trial at the age of 21 that she was groomed, and at the age of 21 she didn't know what fellatio is, head or oral.
She found out though.
Cap. That got to be Cap.
Yeah, you call capping it.
Maybe
I
she
call cappuccino too.
meant she didn't know how to do it.
That's cap and
I was about to say,
gown.
maybe she didn't
That's
know what
cap
she
and
was
gown
No,
work.
she didn't know how to
She
do
know
it.
what she was doing.
She
Diddy
didn't know how
taught
to
her.
do it.
Okay, but
So she didn't know when it was until Diddy?
okay. So let's put it all together.
Yeah.
So she's
Pause.
trying to make it seem like
Together.
she's trying to make it seem like she was coerced to doing everything and she knew nothing. You know what I mean?
Coerced.
She
Okay.
so she didn't understand what oral was, right? But then as a Latino, and they don't really have money like that, they are kind of like sold to do things for whatever they need to. You understand what I'm saying?
Where did you get that from?
They're sold to do.
Not like that. They're-
Where are you getting this
you know
information
what?
from?
As a Latino, they what now?
What are they?
They selling their kids.
Sir, this took you to
Mill.
Yeah, I don't know.
No, I'm not saying she said that. I'm not saying she
Well,
said
who
that.
said it?
What? Who said this? Did Donald Trump say this? I know he don't really like this. He don't like
Latinos where Trump said that?
I know. Not
Never mind. Let's stick to her.
I need to know where you got that information.
Finish.
Pause.
Finish.
You said it with power and point.
Finish.
Give it to me. Pause.
Go ahead, man.
My GPS signal went dead.
This is going bad.
This is going real bad. That's why my
You didn't know where
GPS
you
signal.
lost now? Put the damn cup down. Cup down. Every time you get lost. You lost at sea. Every single time you pick up the cup, you get lost at sea.
I mixed the pieces together.
Okay.
That was something else.
Yeah, you had me confused. I ain't know what was. I ain't know what you.
Let's stick to her lying and saying
ain't lied.
know.
Okay, she ain't know.
She didn't lie.
Did you lie, Shawnee?
No, she just probably meant she didn't know what she was doing. She wasn't no throat goat at 20 and 21.
We wasn't saying nothing about throat go. She said she had no
you didn't
idea
put-
Right,
what
but-
oral was.
But what I'm
Listen,
saying,
everybody know what oral is.
Right, but what I'm saying is that.
Everybody know what oral is. Y'all know what we talking about.
You said Oreo cookie? What
But
is
what I'm
Oreo?
saying is that maybe she
Oreo
meant.
the baseballs? What is? I'm done.
Maybe she meant that
But we got
she
you.
didn't know what she was
pause.
doing.
Put it down.
Not knowing
Put it
about
down.
it.
It felt like she. All right. It still don't matter. It was tragedy regardless.
Okay, all I'm saying is women are attacking her.
Okay.
And
Yeah,
I
I
just
don't like
find
it.
it. I don't like it.
Okay.
Because she is a victim.
Yeah, she is.
I just like, listen, I know a lot of girls, right?
too.
Who For sure, you're popular with the girls, by the way.
Chill, relax. Don't say that.
No, but at the end of the day,
Put him on the spot.
He didn't mean that.
at all.
I did, but you're popular too. By the way, don't cough.
Don't cough.
Don't cough. That's a guilty cough. You were.
I got Sudafed.
You got sort of feel.
Rock, come on, brother.
All right. No, what I'm saying is, I know a lot of girls who were straight at points and then they got turned out. They, a lot of females said that they, had bad relationships and they started messing with a stud and found out that their lives were meant to be with women. And I know a lot that happened to. They got turned out.
That's crazy.
I think the same thing happened to Cassie. I think, that Diddy turned her out. That's pimping. He's pimped her. That's all it was. It's just pimping.
She got pee in her mouth.
That's pimping.
That's definitely pimping.
That's pee pimping.
That brought me to the point. That brought me back to where I was going.
Go ahead. You back? You found yourself?
I found it.
All right,
not about her being sold, but look at it like this, right? She was with Ryan Leslie.
She was.
She moved up to Diddy, right? So when Diddy was exploiting her to everything and everybody else, she went to a person who was introduced to her by Diddy, which was the trainer. Now she got 3 kids by him, and she had.
But then she moved down, then don't you think? With the trainer, did she move down?
Well, I mean,
so she just don't.
I should get with Kid Cudi.
It's a lot. It's just a lot. Maybe she realized that life ain't it. Maybe she wanted somebody regular.
He different, bro.
Maybe she realized that superstar life ain't it.
I mean,
Kid Cudi getting his car blown up. Diddy got her getting.
I mean, Diddy. Come on, we're not
getting urinal faced. I mean, it's a lot going on.
I mean, she's still getting paid.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But what
She couldn't sing worth a lick, but she's a beautiful.
I'm not gonna say she couldn't sing worth a lick.
She couldn't sing worth a lick, honey.
All right,
not worth a lick. Not worth.
She said,
a
"You
lick.
have waited so long." Like, come on, he didn't hear that voice and say, "Ooh," he did not.
Yeah, no.
We're not
but
doing that,
she
bro.
is beautiful. Like she could have been like.
It's the beat though.
She could have been like.
It's the beat,
well, J-Lo can't sing either, and she's who she is.
Sierra
can really dance.
Sierra can sing?
Yeah.
No,
it's all about the right song,
right?
And
the track to play when you
marketing and promotion
live.
behind it. It's a whole package deal. You know what I'm saying? Like my man Rock the Writer here, Tyler Meyer, he wrote a lot of hits for a lot of people. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of times the ones that don't really, you know what I'm saying, exceed to the level that it's supposed to be is because marketing and promotion. Timing, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Labels do a lot of things that block other artists because they better than the artists that they have and they don't want to see them surpass what they got going on because it's their investment. So it's just a lot of politics and BS with everything.
L.A. Reid.
But she's beautiful, and I hate that women are attacking her for being in that situation.
Yeah. Well, here's the thing too. While you're talking about that, there's a lot of ugly people. You know what I'm saying? No disrespect, that has, triple the talent, triple the writing skills, and double the songs that can be number one, better than the people that actually has a good look, but they won't get that opportunity because of the way they look and they're not marketable. So then they give that person who look immaculate.
Don't say ugly, just say unmarketable.
I said it already. The person that look immaculate that don't have the talent.
Some people are ugly.
No, just because they ugly to you don't mean just how they did
real quick. Let me
Martha
go here.
Is her name Martha Walsh?
Straighten her out.
No, I want to
straighten her out.
Okay,
It's not gonna happen.
Jai, walk with. I need you to walk with me right here, man. Follow me, man, because she gon' listen. I have a theory, y'all, about ugly, mid-face, and attractive people. I truly believe. Now you know the story of Adam and Eve, right? Mm-hmm. So when Eve bit the apple, it caused us to be living in a fallen world. Mm-hmm. Everything is out of order. You know what I'm saying?
Talk about it.
So boom. Now we serve an awesome God. You know what I'm saying? A fair God.
Amen.
You know what I'm saying? I truly believe he created ugly people to be with ugly people.
Oh my God.
Listen to me. Follow me here.
I'm with you.
Ugly people with ugly people, mid-face people with mid-face people.
What?
And attractive people with attractive people. This is my theory. But somehow listen, this is what happened. Once sin came into play and everything got turned around, it took an ugly person one day. He broke the code, went and hollered at that attractive woman, messed everything up. Because I'm gonna tell you something. The ecosystem has got messed up to the point like this. Listen to this. 2 ugly people can come together and make a cute baby. Do that scientifically? Do that make any sense?
It does make sense.
It
you
don't
want to
make
know
no
how
sense.
it makes
John,
sense?
it don't make any sense.
Because
Two
they're ugly
beautiful
to you.
people.
They're
And 2
ugly
beautiful
to
people
you.
come together and make an ugly
people.
kid.
Listen, what's
They're
ugly?
Because the ecosystem is not. I'm telling
Here's the
you.
thing. And I'm
It
following
don't
you.
make no sense.
Right, I'm
that's
with you.
Stupid. Your
Listen.
theory is dumb.
No, it
okay,
ain't.
that's
Right.
what it is. It's dumb.
Right, I'm with you.
Dumb.
The most beautiful person is ugly on the inside. The most ugliest person is beautiful on the inside.
Listen, it's
No.
not.
Very
Listen,
true.
just like I said before, just like with
It's dumb.
I'm with you.
Just like with what I said about the crackheads, the things was. This is not scientifically proven, Shawnee.
Actually,
these are just my
I can
theories.
give
Dumbly
you some
proven.
science, actually.
Give me some science, man.
So you got two ugly people, right?
Yeah,
Let's say, hypothetically,
yeah,
we're talking about ears.
Yeah.
If we say big ears, they're not ugly. But if say big ears are ugly
Right.
and small ears are attractive.
Right.
You got two people with big ears.
Right.
Genetically, in their genome code, say ears would be big E. Big E
Yep.
is big ears. Little ears are little E, little E. If those two ugly people have big E, little E, once they have kids, they'll have a kid that's big E, which is going to have big ears for sure.
Yeah.
They'll have kids that have big E, little E,
Yep.
which means that they'll still have big ears, but they still have that recessive little ear trait.
Yep.
But then they'll have E, little E, which is just little ears. So that
Yep.
means that they're going to have, those ugly people have that chance of having that cute baby.
I like that.
You don't remember doing
Come on,
that?
man. Come
You don't
on,
remember
man.
doing? You don't remember doing that
Let's
board
go.
with the
Let's go.
with the 4 letters in it? You don't remember that from school?
What's that called?
Shawnee, I wasn't.
Punnett squares.
Yeah, Punnett squares. That's
Shawnee,
it.
I skipped so much school.
Well, that's
You
why you
understand
got
me?
that dumbass theory, Bennett.
My fifth
Listen,
theory
he's a
ain't
singer
dumb.
and songwriter, and he
Listen,
made it.
I don't
He
care.
made-
I made it.
Listen, let me tell you something.
Listen, I don't care what he
graduating-
wrote. I don't care if he wrote for
don't
me.
listen. You got a lot of
I'm a product
animosity
of
over there
God.
coming
I'm
off
a
that
product
couch.
of years of detention class.
You feel that?
Yeah.
Listen,
It's dumb.
Listen,
you
our
can't
guests,
call people
our
ugly.
guests feel the heat coming off that
He
corner of
should,
that
'cause he did not
couch
go to perform
for no
there.
reason. Listen, we a team.
Be shut down all his ideas.
Because it's dumb.
it's not
No,
dumb.
it's not
Okay,
dumb.
I'm
You
making
can't
pull my
call
theory
people
right now.
ugly.
Would you-
Listen, hold on.
Would you date an ugly person?
I absolutely have.
Was you,
I can put.
Was there any hesitation?
It
Was
wasn't.
you like, ooh,
no,
ugly
no.
face?
We like personality, bro.
Yeah.
Did you jump? Did you jump quick to the ugly?
First of
or was you
all,
hesitant?
I'm not
like
saying
personality.
ugly because he wasn't ugly to me, but my friends was like, "Bitch, what the fuck
That
you
mean he
doing?"
was ugly. You just couldn't see
He-
it.
No,
You had shallow
Were
eyes.
you enamored by him, or did it take some time? Did he wow you with his conversation, or did you jump
no,
right to the ugly?
he didn't.
Okay, listen,
Conversation was trash.
listen. I ain't gonna hold you. Now I messed with one booger wolf in my life, right?
Booger Wolf.
Listen, and I will only
got some
allow.
words, don't you?
Listen, I will only allow her to creep over Booger Wolf hours. You know what I'm saying?
What's
And
Listen,
Booger
for
Wolf
those who don't know, what's Booger Wolf hours?
1 a.m., 1 a.m., 2 a.m., those type of
outside.
hours, right?
It's 12 to 3.
dark.
But
And I told her,
12 to
yo,
3.
you
Do she
can't,
got kids?
you can't come up no streets where you could be sighted. You gotta come up all side streets.
Why even
You
let her
gotta-
come over?
Yo, you gotta come up side streets, no main streets. No one can know. And then during the day, if I see you out, you can't tell nobody you know me. We gotta walk right past
You
you.
ain't got
If
cussed
she
out.
didn't know you,
You got
at least let them
cussed
say
out.
hi to me.
Nah, not this one.
Don't say
not
that.
This one.
Do she got
But she
children?
was real sweet though. That's why I'm not gonna say her name because she, you know what I'm saying?
But still, regardless, like just because she's not attracted to you doesn't mean she's not. It's somebody for everybody. Just because you're not attracted to these people doesn't mean they're ugly.
I'm just telling you, Shawnee.
People think I'm ugly.
Shut up.
I'm dead serious.
People think
I
you're
don't
ugly?
wear a bunch of weave. I don't wear makeup, lashes, all that stuff. People don't like that.
Y'all back over here having sidebar. Y'all some sidebar niggas, man.
Oh.
We want to be on the conversation. We just talking about what's going on.
Pause.
Do you believe in ugly though, Matt?
Yeah, I believe in ugly.
Shad, you believe in ugly chicks?
Nah,
Would you run and date an ugly girl? Would you run and date a Muppet face? Would you run to
A
it?
Muppet face,
Probably
really?
would. She got good
What if
personality.
somebody
good heart,
called you
You gonna
Teddy
run or you
Ruxpin?
gotta be cool?
Huh?
probably-
I'll be cool with that.
I'd probably
Listen,
run.
I've always been
my
always
thing
been a
is, I
heavy
was
set
about
guy,
to
but you
address
wanna know
that. I
what
ain't
though?
running nowhere.
They love it.
Handsome.
The only time I ran was on a basketball
I'm
court
handsome, I tell you
or
that.
playing baseball.
Nah,
I
it's
ain't
handsome.
running though.
They love it now. We ain't going.
All right, so Ja broke that down. I like that, man. That's why I'm glad you
Thank
here,
you.
man. Scientifically,
Thank
you
you.
broke that down,
Yes, sir.
man. Word.
Listen, that's why I say he's the youngest prestigious guest.
Come on. So, I was thinking too, along, we talking about this Cassie thing. I was thinking like, yo, her husband has got to be the strongest nigga in the world.
Yo, didn't they say he walked out in one of the last?
He did, but then he made a statement after she was done with her stuff and everything like that. Just how proud of her.
The lawyer just made one.
Yeah. However, you know what I'm saying. He's standing by her. He proud of her, and I'm just like, yo, this nigga deserves like a day. Like, you know how we
Yes.
got like
She probably talked
Valentine's
to him
Day,
in
Sweetest Day.
advance
We
before
need
all
Cassie.
that.
What's his name?
We need Cassie Hubby Day.
What's his name?
I don't know the nigga name.
We gotta
But
have
he's
his
a
name.
strong nigga,
We
though.
gotta have his name for the next.
For real, man.
episode,
Because I'm just thinking about me. You know what I'm saying? And being married, and that's my wife. And I'm pretty sure she probably prepped him on what he may hear. But just still to hear that
you don't,
in real
you don't want
time,
to. You don't
man.
want to hear nothing that hasn't been said that you don't know, and you don't want to be surprised. Like
In public.
I've been dealing with, like you what? Like I could
man.
have
You
had my
swallowed the pee?
opportunity.
Like, you never said that.
You imagine you in a
That would be
room
crazy.
full of people.
Oh,
that would be-
and you
man.
find out your girl's getting peed on in the face.
Because this
I
is
can't hear that.
this
I gotta
is
go.
living on.
And
See,
she
it's
mad
a
at your
different day.
pee.
Like back in the day, you know, we ain't had no internet and all that type of stuff. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Things happen. You know, you had to been there, like they used to say. You had to be there.
Or somebody got to tell you.
Right, somebody
And you
tell
still
you.
don't. You still don't want to hear it.
Now this stuff lives on. So when them kids
Right.
get this stuff is out here forever.
Search it.
That's the man. He's a
Search it.
strong dude. Just stand by that and
Definitely
stay.
a strong dude.
He's
You know,
a
when
strong
it
guy, man.
when it come to trial and persecution stuff like that, they will put like him, like the husband on the stand, and then they will ask him a dumb question like, "Did you know any of this going on, and how does it make you feel right now that you just hearing it for the first time?" Like they ain't shit.
Yeah.
How the fuck you think I feel?
You know what I'm saying? but they want to see you break,
Yeah.
and
Right.
then you know what I'm saying. Then they try to use every little thing that you respond to. You know what I mean? It's crazy. What we got, Rock?
All right, Tory Lanez. How y'all feel about what's going on with
Man,
that?
they said
Free
this
Tory.
stallion said something.
Free Tory, man.
Definitely
free
free.
Tory now.
Definitely free Tory.
Free Tory now, man.
From the beginning, I said it because I'm gonna tell you something.
He ain't shoot
What the feds try to do is they try to take phone calls, they try to take little wordings, and they try to put it into their own sense of understanding where they be wrong. But it's just like because they're the authority that they can use that against you where that wasn't happening. So they had a recording of Tory and Kelsey is her name, and he was like, I'm sorry that it happened this way, but they try to make it seem like it was him that shot her, but it was the conversation because
conversation, right.
Tory and Megan got into a heated conversation
Right.
where he exposed Kelsey that he and Kelsey had relations,
Right.
where Megan and Tory had relations first, but Kelsey and Tory was a secret, and it came out during the argument, and he was like, "Yeah, my apologies, what happened?" But they used that as if it shouldn't have happened like that. Like
So
you
what
said
I'm hearing, Shorty grabbed the gun. He tried to stop her from shooting Meg, and then the gun went off.
But they was
Can we all agree though?
Yeah.
No matter who shot Meg,
Right.
Tory was gonna go to jail.
Oh yeah.
regardless.
Fact.
Girl,
You're
Fact.
not American.
And that's why his father was
facts.
tripping.
Yeah, you're not
Facts.
American. You
Facts.
got guns. You don't got your papers together. He was gonna go to jail
Let's
regardless.
not even say that.
we can go further.
Yeah.
But listen,
You a nigga.
my
You
thing
going
is,
to jail.
okay, so who gun was it? Who brought the gun? Do anybody know?
I don't. Now that
He's still in
I don't know.
possession of it as
I don't know
a
how to
Canadian.
Because from my understanding, everybody was already all together except for Tory. Tory was already in LA. He was chilling somewhere else. Megan made the call and say, "Oh, we over here at this party. Why don't you come through?" So my thing is, this is how life can change in a second. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like Tory can be like, "No, what you got going on tomorrow? I'll hit you up tomorrow." But wherever he was at and chilling, he was like, "You know what? All right, bet I'm on the way."
Right.
So he get there. So because Tory and Megan had relations, Megan like, I ain't feeling nobody around here. Me and you got a little history. Come through. You know what I'm saying? But when he come through, Kelsey there, he flirting with, Kylie Jenner, you know what I'm saying? So it's just like, Megan ain't getting no attention. So now arguments, you know how females go, they'll let it sit for a few hours.
That's how y'all do.
And then when everybody get together and then, you having conversations with everybody else, except for the person that called you, they start snapping. "Oh, you know what? You ain't talked to me the whole time we been here. You just talking to them. You talking to my friends. Like, you don't even know them. You met them through me."
Yo, you sound like this happened to you a lot in life.
What I do
Yo,
is,
this. You.
listen.
Is this your story? We still talking about Tory?
We still talking about Tory.
Okay.
Me as a film producer and an actor, I get a lot of creativity from just observing.
you as a
Put that in there.
You as
Me
a
as a film producer
Oh,
and
that
an
yak
actor.
is serious. What
I
you
get
sipping
a
on
lot
back?
of-
What you sipping on? You a rare form today, baby.
Listen.
You a rare form. You a rare form today.
Listen, let me explain something to you. Great movies and great documentaries come from real life experiences. You know what I'm saying? So you got to pay attention to your surroundings, to your friends, to their stories when they talking to you. You understand what I'm saying? You can write a book, man. I'm trying to tell you.
Yo, you can.
Yeah.
You can.
That's
You definitely can write a
how you
book.
do
So
it.
I mean,
Shut up, I'm sick of this nigga. Let me go to you, man.
hating.
What do you feel about this Tory Megan situation?
I just feel like innocent man went in jail, innocent man got attacked.
Yeah.
And that's just that. You know what I mean? But, in this game of how it goes and at the powers that be, he wanted to do certain things. Remember, you gotta really go back. Tory Lanez was giving a lot of free game out that they ain't like.
Yeah.
Remember he sold the album for $1,
Yeah.
$1 million.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things that built up to that, man. It wasn't just that.
I mean, you've been talking about like when it comes to the masters, when it comes to
You know that's
anytime you can
anytime.
outsmart them niggas,
Anytime.
you gonna pay for it.
And
You
I ain't
gonna
gonna
pay
lie,
for it.
since Megan did that, they definitely promised. You see her on lights that she wasn't even in.
That's a fact.
You're like, hold on, Megan, when you start doing rap Broadway?
Yo,
type,
this is what it's crazy because I'm looking at how everything is going on. I'm looking at the R. Kelly, the Diddy, everything. Tory. Look what they did. I was about to go into Chris Brown.
Right.
It's like no one is safe, man.
Yeah.
This music industry, and it's like for me, and that's why I kind of I fell back from it, because once you in it, you realize that it ain't nothing that you thought it was.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like when you on the outside looking in, you're enamored by the lights. You know what I'm saying? You're enamored by, the videos, just the music. And for me, it was always the music. You know what I'm saying? It was all from listening to the Motown joints, from, Stevie, from New Edition to all. I just grew up just loving music. And that's what made me want to songwrite and get into it. But then when you get the opportunity to go to the sessions and you really see how the inner workings.
Yeah.
And how mean it is.
Yeah.
You know what I mean by that?
It's crazy.
You know what I'm saying? How broken wrist it is. It just
Flick of
gets,
the wrist.
Yeah, flick of the wrist. Yeah. It gets weird. You know what I'm saying? And the music business ain't. You know what I'm saying? I don't know. You probably even seen it maybe on the dance level and
I'm sure.
and dancing for these.
Absolutely.
You in LA.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. It's weird, man. And it's
You where
like,
the masses live.
Yeah. I've been there. LA is a different place.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful place, but it's a different place.
Different place.
I think when you get to a whether you're a music entertainer, an actor, dancer, whatever the case may be, when you get to a certain status in the industry, why you had to tap her? You know what I'm saying? It's two letters that you got to live by.
What's those letters?
KQ.
KQ. And what's that?
Keep quiet.
Keep quiet. Woo.
You know what I mean?
You acronyming today.
So
You was a cold nigga.
You keep quiet to things that's going on.
That nigga
Why are you KQing?
I thought you said Akron nigga.
He is. He's an Akron nigga. He is.
So what are you keeping quiet? Are you keeping quiet what you see?
The information that you see, the information that you know, the information that you hear. You understand what I'm saying? So just like with Diddy, right? Because he sees somebody else who got a deal after him and getting more money and getting more exploitation and getting more marketing and getting more promotion, it upset him that he made so much money, but they came right in first time out
I
and
wish
got
somebody would have stole your dictionary, man.
the money.
He was
You
a kid.
understand?
Using all these
And-
multi-syllabic words.
That it upset him, so he went after him. But the thing about it is if you just keep quiet, do what you've been doing, and then you have a silent meeting, not in front of everybody, not exploiting them, not calling them out, not suing them. You know what I'm saying? You can work out the deals behind the doors.
This nigga making a lot of sense to himself, ain't he?
But he started
This nigga is educating
under like
himself.
Andre Harrell for free or something.
No,
like
we're
that,
not even
right?
talking about that.
What we talking about, Matt?
I'm about to say, because
We
they all died. That's
talking
another
about
conversation.
far as him exploiting the liquor companies.
Exploiting.
You understand what I'm saying?
Oh.
He said, he sued for racism. It was over after that.
That's what I'm saying. Because he
Okay.
felt like because a different culture, a different race got more money coming right in.
Yo, how you know how you felt, Matt?
It don't-
I just want to know how you know how you felt.
So I
It's
thought
evident.
he
It's
didn't have a
evident.
partnership with Ciroc. That was a lie.
It doesn't matter. Either
was
way,
just the face. He
Either
was
way
just
it
the
go.
face.
If a
He
person
was just
come
the
in,
face of it.
so if I got a partnership with somebody, right, and I'm making $100 million, right, and you come right in with this idea, and they give you $350 million, you ain't sold nothing yet, but they just like who you are and you're a different culture and you get more, I done proved what I can do.
Yeah.
I done took a $100,000 brand to a multi-billion-dollar brand, and you only want to pay me a certain percentage, but then they come in and give you this extra money, whereas I still haven't got that, and I proved myself.
So you said, so once he started bringing that to the light, then that's when all the shit
No, that's
went
exactly
to hell.
what happened. You know that.
He's not actually getting punished for the freak offs. Absolutely.
He should though.
Absolutely.
He's definitely not.
So now it's like, we about to tell your secrets, and now
but
see what
stuff
happens.
he should have kept quiet about.
Now
He didn't keep quiet. Now they telling his stuff.
Now this is where self-morals come in at though. Had you not been indulging in this, they would have nothing on you too.
Yeah.
So at the end of the day, it's your fault, truthfully.
Yeah.
Because it's your urges, and you got enough money. Dude, you can have a freak off with somebody who want to have freak offs.
Somebody that don't want to.
Like, bro, you doing this? It's stupid. It's stupid. At the end of the day, it's immature. It's stupid, and it's like Shaq said about players coming to the NBA. He was like, "Where's the classes and the courses that teach people, hey, how to handle getting no money?" He's like, "You ain't had nobody in your neighborhood that had 100,000. You done walked in, you got 15 million.
Right?
Who's telling you what to do?" Well, if I'm Diddy, I done came from nothing. I get here in power. I'm seeing the structures move.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do what I can do. I feel like God. So it's people that get they taxes feel like God.
For me, it's crazy. So what do you think? What you think the deal is with Chris Brown right now? Right before his tour started.
Man, because Chris Brown,
I
man,
spent a lot of money on my tickets, so
Yeah.
you
That-
better.
I got a lot of friends out of a job right now.
You got a situation there last time. First of all, somebody said something to me and it was true. Chris Brown, what are you going out for? It was D-Ma. D-Ma said, Chris Brown,
shout out
what
my
are you
cousin
going to the
D-Ma,
club
man.
for? You're Chris Brown.
But this happened in
Go home.
like 2002, 3.
No, he just fought in the club there. That just happened.
I thought this.
So they re-brought it up.
It was last year.
But I blame his team because if y'all know he got this open case over there,
No, he shouldn't be at the club.
That's a
Period.
fact. That's a fact.
he's-
He shouldn't be. He shouldn't be.
He's Chris
he in the crowd.
Brown.
Listen, he in the crowd with people
He can
just like
go
us
to the
being.
club?
Listen, he like us being at the club. He in the crowd with the people. I
What
seen
did
the
that
video.
boy do to get hit upside the head?
But why is Chris always hitting
This is
people?
what you got to explain.
Because
something.
people messing with him.
Let me explain something to you.
Don't mess with him.
Let me
He
explain
won't
something to you.
hit
Let me explain something to you.
Don't mess
Just
with him.
imagine, okay, we all going to the Oak Room pack, right?
Yeah.
Now imagine Jay-Z walking there and he just chilling, no security, no nothing.
Okay.
What you think everybody gonna do? They gonna be around it, they gonna be doing stuff. Yo, Jay, yo, what's up? They gonna touch his chain, they gonna do stuff. So it's gonna get to the point
And
where
if
he
you
get
do something to Jay-Z and he bop your ass upside your head, then you
That's my
deserve
point.
it.
Jay-Z
So
don't.
there's your answer.
He shouldn't be there. You're a billionaire. Why are you there?
Because
your
he
answer.
wants to go.
You're wrong for going.
No.
But you said
no.
where? Just do you think
It's a
at this
maturity,
point,
though,
all
bro.
these years in the music industry, Sean,
It's
you
a
don't think it's
maturity,
smart
bro.
for
We
him to
let-
be in these clubs?
Absolutely.
No.
He can go
You
where
need
he
security.
things.
Don't
You need
don't
security.
say nothing to him and don't disrespect him. Act accordingly
Okay,
here.
we have to. Common sense is not that common.
Thank you.
People gonna see a celebrity, you're gonna think that they're gonna have the common sense to let me. People see
FAFO.
people and they start acting the fuck out like they gonna like you say
Yeah.
grabbing him and touching him and nobody's gonna have the common sense to be like, oh, let me just
Shot.
stand over here and look at Chris Brown.
I see exactly why people said what they said about Shawnee to you, man.
They can say what they want.
You can't
I'm
believe
still
what you
gonna be
say.
amazing at the end
You
of the
can't.
day.
You
Okay?
can't. You can't.
it's
Just
All right?
There's a certain
That's just
status,
what it
bro.
is.
Can I say something
gotta be-
That's just what
I've
it is.
noticed about you in this short time?
Yeah,
If you don't mind.
sure.
Cause I got a friend that think like you can't expect everybody to think the way you gonna think.
Right. I don't.
You do though.
I don't do. No, I
a lot of
defend
people
what
to think the
I
way.
say.
You feel that?
No, I defend what I
Way to pick
say.
that up, man. Way to pick that up, man. It's very observant. Very observant. Very observant.
I defend what I say because they think that I be crazy for my opinion and the way I think. No, I'm not.
You are.
I think how I think because I'm not.
I don't agree with that.
I'm not. I think what I think because I think it, and I can.
You
I don't have to think like you. I don't have to agree with you. I move to the beat of my own drum.
Sean,
Okay.
Okay, listen. 20
That's
years.
how Shawnee
okay,
moves,
hold on.
always.
20 years in the music
I don't follow
industry.
people. I do what I want.
Oh, that's fine. Let me just.
She gonna finish her thought.
Just let me.
She gonna finish her thought.
Just let me get my thought.
She don't hear nothing.
Okay, Chris was accused of beating up Rihanna, right? Almost lost his career because of it. I'm just following me before you react.
Okay.
Okay.
Listen.
He's been that almost ruined his as talented and gifted. And I sat here and said just how I feel like he's one of the most talented artists ever, right? So he would have had potential really to be on the same level as Mike had that Rihanna thing not happen, right?
I agree.
So you did that. You saw what almost happened. You got back into the good graces of the people. You're supposed to walk a thin line after that. And just, I'm not saying it's right for him not to be able to go out and enjoy, but you're not regular. And you saw what happens, and things happen, and you got too much at stake. You've come too far. You have a legacy. You're about to ruin this by smacking a nigga upside the head with a bottle. It ain't worth it. Go ahead.
First of all, Rihanna hit him. Okay,
You was there.
Rihanna hit
You
him.
was in the car. You was in the backseat.
Rihanna is a Caribbean.
I want to know where
young
you're going with this.
lady.
But she
Okay,
definitely-
I want to know where you're going with
Rihanna
this.
hit
She
him.
definitely
So-
did.
She did.
So let's-
She did. She
So
did.
let's
Okay.
not
She
act
did.
like it
Okay.
was Chris Brown just crashed out
All
on
right.
Rihanna.
Okay. All right.
Okay, number
Okay.
one.
All right.
Number
Appreciate
two.
you defending Chris. Come on.
Number two. He's a young man. The man wants to go
He's
to
not
the
young
club.
anymore. He's not young anymore. He's 36. That's not.
Nigga, you 36.
He's 30. He's 36 years old.
He can go to the club.
I never said he couldn't. Obviously he can.
I believe
and he also
that-
can hit people with bottles. He can do a lot of things.
I
Shorty.
just believe that when people message you and you defend yourself, they
hate
just
what
gotta
you believe.
find. They just gotta find
hate
out
what you
because
believe.
don't mess with him.
I hate what you believe.
Shawnee,
Don't mess with him.
Shawnee, I get where you coming from, right? But
He's not gonna be a.
listen, no.
He's not
I'm
gonna
about
be
to,
a
I'm
hermit.
about to help her.
He's not
I'm
gonna
about
be
to
a
help her.
hermit.
Go ahead, help
I'm about to help her.
Help her. She
My
needs
thing
it.
is this.
Lord, please.
The stature,
Thank you, Jesus.
the stature of where Chris Brown is.
Yeah.
Right. I'm gonna bring me into the picture.
Oh, of course.
I'm not even.
Ah,
I'm
why
not
did I
even
give it to this
on
nigga?
Chris Brown's level.
Okay.
When I go somewhere, when I go to a club, when I go to a
compare
different
yourself to
city and
Chris.
state.
Here we go.
Okay.
Here you go.
I have security. Can't nobody come
what?
near me.
You
Can't nobody
what?
come near me.
Yo, I'm sick
So
of this
my
nigga.
thing is, my thing is,
Hold on.
my thing is, my thing is,
Wait.
wait,
Shot,
I was about to
finish.
say,
Shot,
I got a
finish,
guard.
please.
Yeah, no, I got a
Please
guard
say
with me.
this. He said he
You
got
got a guard with you,
security.
right?
No, I take a guy with me too.
Okay.
I'm about to get some
but listen,
security.
can't nobody touch you
Yeah.
without you saying, "Yo, he cool," right?
Right.
Exactly. So to Shawnee's point,
Okay,
Chris
why you
Brown,
got- when you had security
biggest
for
Chris
Matt?
Brown.
I can tell you why I got to.
I know why you had security. Why
Listen,
happened?
I'm speaking into existence. When I get big,
You said
No. I have security now. I had security when Stevie J came to the.
You had security. Did Steve have security?
Steve ain't had security.
You had security.
I had security.
I gotta ask you, I'm asking.
Security got. Security brought Steve to
asking
me
you.
to say, "Listen, I need you to take a picture with the
Yo,
celebrity
do you
of Buffalo."
believe any of this?
You know what I'm saying?
Honestly.
And listen, hold on. It was at Buffalo
Yo.
Live. I got the pictures. I got
Yo,
the footage.
Millside just pressed the button.
Listen, I got Buffalo Live. I think Mel was still in class when I was.
Wait,
yeah.
right. So his security or whoever's
I hate this podcast.
So
this is my last day here.
I'm gonna help everybody out, and I'm gonna help you, Shawnee. I'm gonna help
done.
everybody out. I'm gonna help you, Shawnee. So for Chris Brown to be big as he is, no matter what the situation is, pause. So for him to be as famous as he is, right? For him to have security, okay, if you want to be in a crowd of people, strangers or whatever, your security's supposed to protect you.
Yes.
So if
It's
there
seen.
is a situation to where people touch you or whatever,
Yes.
your securities make sure they protect you, and then they diffuse any situation. If somebody doing something out of the order, they got to get taken
Out of
out
the
by the
order?
security.
Or out of order.
out
of the order?
Either way.
out of the order, whatever.
right.
Nobody
Because-
should
listen,
be able
listen,
to touch
listen.
that
Can I
man.
bring up a point that you kind of mentioned?
Nobody should be able to
being
touch him.
Very
No, no,
detailed.
go ahead.
Go ahead.
You had mentioned that
Go ahead.
if he hadn't gone through, because I'm not going to speak
Yeah,
on
yeah.
Chris Brown too much publicly.
Yeah,
'cause
yeah.
I'm trying to.
Of course.
Trying to get on that.
These
tour.
are the thoughts of the
Trying to
Vision
get on that
podcast.
tour.
Right.
But-
not the thoughts of Ja, by the way.
But
Chris,
he
he's
said
an
that
excellent dancer.
He could be on that level that Michael Jackson was at
Yeah.
if the Rihanna thing hadn't.
Yeah,
happened. But he
right.
is still very.
It's
high
amazing.
He's
He
Michael
also
to me.
amazing.
Started very young.
Right.
He's not Michael.
Possibility that
me.
he feels like Michael felt. I want to do normal things. I want to be outside. I want to. So he has a little bit more access. Michael can't go to no club.
Yeah.
Michael couldn't go to the grocery store, but Chris Brown can a little bit more. So maybe he's trying to just, I want to go to the club. He should though. You know you got anger issues.
He just keep
you
putting
know you
hands
like
and
to
feet
punch
on
people in the face.
He do. Hands and feet
He had to be
constantly.
more. He had to be more.
You know what?
I don't think
Prime
so.
example.
Yeah, go ahead.
How many places that we've been that people piss you off and you ready to put hands on them? And I'm like, yo, Rock, don't.
It's happened.
You understand what I'm saying?
It's
So
happened
my
quite a
thing
few times.
with Chris Brown is, see, we all are human. You understand what I'm saying? So it's like, whether we have security or not, we still prideful in ourselves as a man. Like, yo, bro, you ain't just gonna say whatever you want to me. You ain't just gonna touch me. I'm gonna hit you in the mouth. But when we hit him in the mouth, we like, I done knocked this dude out. Now he gonna sue me. You understand what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. So I think that's what happens because, you know what I'm saying? Let's be honest. Chris Brown is 6'1".
Hold on. I believe everything you're saying, though, Matt.
Right.
Which leads me to my point. Stop going out. Because this is what happens. True. Stop going out.
Your team should be
listen, at the same time, too, you got to understand this.
Your name is Chris
But listen,
Brown.
hold on. But
you are the life. You are the part. You are it.
This got to come into factor. This got to come into factor. This got to come into factor. All right. You on tour. You at a show. You getting paid. You get what? Maybe like $400,000, right? For the show.
Yeah.
So somebody pay you $150,000 just to make an appearance at a club. So it don't matter. You can be there for 30 minutes. A lot can happen in 30 minutes. A lot can happen in 5 minutes. But you won't go get that $150,000 because that's business. So it's not even about just going to the club and being around regular people. You got paid $150,000 to show up for 5 minutes, and within that 5 minutes, 30 seconds, somebody touched you, somebody grabbed your chain, somebody, you know what I'm saying, did something disrespectful to where you have to respond to it. And that 1 second response put you in trouble and put you in a situation to where it's like, yo, you looking at security like, yo, bro, you supposed to be there. Like, bro, you reacted too fast.
Trash.
You understand what I'm saying? So it's so many different things that
variables.
You know, variables, different things, whatever the cases may be. Like us as human, bro, we gonna react to it, and then after the fact, we gonna be like, I shouldn't have done that. I should have waited for you to respond.
Yo, commercial break. Today's episode of the Vision Podcast is sponsored by Mott's Mackie. All right, this is a very hydrational drink here.
Hydrational.
All right. What's in here, Mott's?
Well, it's not Mott's, so you can't.
Water.
But Mott's
No, I said
Mackie.
Mott's Mash your name.
But it sound good.
What's in it?
Ginger
It's
ale.
water.
What kind of ginger ale? What kind of ginger ale?
Ginger ale.
Delicious, by the way.
Ginger ale. You know what? Seagram's 7. We need sponsorship. You know what I'm saying? We need commercial. We need marketing. We need promotions. Seagram's 7 and ginger ale.
Hey, listen, for our viewers out there, I want y'all to put in the in the comment section. Can y'all tell when it's a Mott's sponsored episode or not? I want to know what y'all feel out there. Tell me what y'all feeling, because I know I damn sure can tell. Because this nigga was high IQ today, and that IQ isn't high. It's high today, high level IQ. You was going in today. You the MVP in the high today. You got your mentor. You MVP
My man
today.
gotta stop slapping him up, but he listening, man.
Yo, listen,
Zero Podberry.
But you know
Zero
what though?
Podberry. Smack me up, son.
Listen, this is what I learned, Shot, right?
What you learn, man?
I learned that because a person feel a type of way, I ain't gonna let them assassinate my character and me buy into the bait. You know what I'm saying? You can feel whatever you want to feel, because I don't need nobody's validation of who I am.
That's true.
I'm gonna be who I am regardless.
Exactly. That's
Like,
why I said I think how I
That nigga
think.
said bite the bait. That nigga put in them doubles. My nigga.
Don't slap him up. Slap him up.
Sound like Hov wrote his pod today. Yo, did Hov write your pod today?
I'm gonna wait till we off camera so nobody can
That
see.
nigga
Like,
sound
yo,
like he had a
he
ghost
straight
rider.
played you and you slapped him up. I got you.
Yo, did you have a ghostwriter today? You sound like Hov wrote your pod today.
Well, you know, us being in music, us writing film and stuff like that. I am the ghost. I am the ghost. I am the writer. I am the actor. I am the film producer. I am the CEO.
Yo, I have never
I am
wanted
the
a pod
master
to end.
barber. You understand what I'm saying?
I never wanted a pod to
He said, "Now."
this fast ever.
It's over.
You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah, I do.
God
man.
bless.
Yeah.
All right. It was one more thing.
Yeah, put your phone out. Look at your notes.
Yeah, it was one
What's
more thing.
next?
You was sad.
Pause.
The 26-year-old father who got set up and ambushed by the girl and another dude. Like, he was kicking it with the girl on online and got with her. They hung up, but she was on the phone the whole time with her real dude, and they set homie up and killed him.
Okay, I didn't read into the story, but I seen it.
Yeah.
What was the gain of doing that?
They wanted to rob him.
Of what though?
I guess
what did he have?
It seemed like he was a regular. Listen, people thirsty out here, man.
But did they get something?
They got something. But
Jail time.
They're about to get this jail time. Yeah, those they about to get.
Home
Because
invasion.
I'm gonna tell you something, and what I realized, because I had a lot of conversations with people. When people take drugs and do things, it gives you a whole different facade. Yes, when people take drugs, I've had conversations with people who was on stuff.
So you did this case right here. You know that was drug related.
That's not what I'm saying.
Okay, that's where I was going.
That's where we was going. I would just.
That's not what I'm
You sound
saying.
like
Okay.
you.
I'm just
on the
I'm
case.
just putting together a scenario.
Okay, so you're
That-
saying that they do different things they wouldn't normally do because of the drugs,
Can I finish my thought?
Go ahead.
right?
Can
I don't
finish
know
my
if I
thought?
want you to finish
Wait,
your
wait,
thought,
let me
though.
finish my thought.
It's
So,
a scary place when you start finishing thoughts, man.
it's a scary place when I get cut off.
All right, go ahead. Let me take a sip.
Brought to you by
I gotta hydrate, man.
Okay.
Hydration.
So, for example, I got a phone call.
You about to get
And-
set up? Go ahead.
I got a phone call.
I told you this nigga's Oprah Winfrey. He's Oprah. He's Oprah. Everything that happens to other niggas
listen.
that happens to him. Go ahead. Finish.
I got a phone call, and when I saw my phone, it was missed calls from 3 hours prior. So when I answered the phone, no, I called back like, "Yo, what's up?" They was on one, and I'm like, "Yo, what's going on?" "Oh, I'm good. All right. Talked them off the ledge. Hold on. I talked them off the ledge. So a couple days later, I'm like, "Yo, what was the problem? What's good?" And they told me what the situation was. So long story short, what they took made them hallucinate what reality was. So when people are on drugs, they think of something totally different.
Yeah.
That put them in a different situation to make you do different things and think differently.
Yeah.
That's all my point is.
I like it.
Sure.
Whoa. That was educational. Thank you.
Come on, man. Yo, what the?
I do think that was very educational.
It was,
But it's
it
also
was.
very, like you said, they be thinking totally
That
different.
was true.
Yeah.
It alters their state of mind.
From
Yeah.
the case that we were.
Word. I don't know where it was going.
I don't know where that went, but
Are you one that said?
But I don't. We
'Cause you
don't. We
did go
don't know.
outside.
We don't know why
Are
the
you
little
on-
guy was set up.
All right. I'm in this because I need this
It
pot
just-
there, and you niggas are wilding today. You niggas are wilding today. Listen, tell everybody where they can find you on the socials, man.
Man, you can find me on Instagram at Jiggy Jai, Jiggy
Jiggy
Jai, on TikTok at Jiggy_Jai28.
Yes, sir.
Good and jiggy.
Man, if you need any bookings, email me at jiggyjir@gmail.com.
Yes, sir.
Now, how do you spell GBJ?
What? Jiggy
Yo,
Jai.
listen.
Jiggy Jai.
Listen.
J-I-G-G-Y.
I got GGY.
TylerMar.com. I'm not letting you close today.
I'm
You
closing
shy.
the
DJ
day.
King Shy, you can find me everything, man. DJ King Shy.
Shawnee. Go ahead, Shawnee.
Shawnee 2 Eyes.
We gotta get this. We gotta let Bill fade to black before this nigga get the mic.
No, we ain't. Listen, follow me on IG.
Hollywood man.
Mr.
Be the change
Hollywood
you want to
Mac
see.
underscore
Be the change you want to see.
the Vision
Change the
Podcast
scene. Be the change.
24 on TikTok.
Be that change.
I'm on the way.
If you
We
want
need
to
that
see,
change.
listen, we ain't even gonna do that today. If you want to see something different, be something different.
I hate it. I hate this nigga.
Salute.
Holla, y'all.